All right, class, settle down. Class is in session. Everyone get to your seats. Now, for pastures, you can build them smaller. It will decrease the maximum amount of guys that you can have in there. But the thing about having pastures is it should be always large enough to have at least 10 animals. For cows, that means at least 200 squares, or like 20 by 10, or anything else that equals at least 200. If you've got anything smaller than that, you won't be able to split the herd. Like if it's a maximum of 8 cows in there, then you'll never be able to split it, that option here. You need 10 of an animal before you're allowed to split it in half. So we're going to want to wait till we've got that 10th one, and then we'll split it. Alright, so here we go with another trade ship. Have you got sheep, you asshole? You barmy asshole? No. Warm coats. So warm coats is what we're going to eventually want to be trading in primarily. It's an excellent resource, it's an excellent commodity that's going to really help us out in a lot of different ways. Yeah, we're completely out of stone now because we've gone ahead and we've queued up this chapel that we can't afford as far as stone goes, but don't worry, we've got plenty of people on death marches into camps way far away to go and solve that problem for us. I'm considering building a bit of a bridge, inching our way up into here as well, getting the resources, exploiting up in this vast sort of landscape there. That might be a good idea. But for now, let's just look at our food population problem. We're at that point where we can afford to send more people into labor, food labor. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to increase the number of gatherers because that's sort of what we've got loitering around. We've got extra gathering huts that are not being productive. So we're going to go ahead, increase that. And yeah, this building should start up pretty soon. And all that does is it increases the happiness of our citizens. So getting them up to full happiness makes them a little bit more productive. Not as important as having tools, obviously, but it's pretty important. If we look at our other production statistics, you can see that we're starting to get to that stage where our firewood is actually really low. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to build another woodcutter. So let's go ahead and do that. Why couldn't I place that there? Oh, well, whatever. Alright, so we'll have one there, and that should be a pretty good place for it. And how are we doing for log income? I think our logs are coming in faster than we're using them, so that is fine. Once again, the beauty of having stone houses is that you don't spend anywhere near as much firewood. Speaking of, we kind of do want another house pretty soon, but well, actually no, because we're getting some attrition from our older people dying off, and we don't look like we've got too many young people ready to start their own family. Well, we got a few, but we should be okay for a little while. We'll have to do it next year, definitely, though. And of course, we're out of stone, so we can't actually do it anyway, but, you know, things happen. Well, let's see here. One of the things I want to check right now is how much we're doing in terms of leather production, and if we have a lot of leather stockpiled. The reason being that if we have too much leather stockpiled, I can actually build a second tailor, and that's going to help us fill up these trade posts even faster than we have been, and even get another trade post. Well, that ought to do. So it looks like actually we are at the point in time where if I had more resources, I'd be able to go get a third trade post, which would help us out quite a bit right now, and I'm not really going to balk at the idea of having more trade flowing into our city here. Let's see here. That is... So we're not going to be able to afford building it yet, obviously, and we're running out of dock space, it looks like. Fantastic. I don't think there's anywhere down here that I can fit this, so let's see here. Could put one down here. We'd have to build a bridge, but that's fine. Or we could go even further north, I guess. Well, there was a spot around here that I could... Yeah, we could put one here. That might be a good spot to put that. So let's plot that out, but we won't actually build it yet. We don't have the resources for that. We have got this chapel finished, so let's get ourselves a cleric. And that's 109 members since everybody automatically joins if they have an opportunity to. So we've got just enough stone, it looks like, to build our little woodcutter, and we've also got just enough to build a house, so that's going to be another priority for us. We kind of do want another wave of this stuff to come in so we can build yet another house, but let's see here, 77, we've got enough coming in that we can build another house, so we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, let's increase the number of workers or builders to 4. I would love it if they would actually build something, people. But no, people are lazy assholes, so... Looks like our firewood rebounded enough that we might be able to get by with just the one that we have, but we're at that point where we're dropping almost to 0 during winter, so getting a second woodcutter is going to be something that I'm going to want to do. Just look at how full all of our stuff is, geez. I think they've decided to build the houses first. Well, it doesn't really make a difference. I think we've got enough firewood capacity to take us through winter. But yeah, we're definitely starting to cut that bit closer than I'd like. Okay, I'm actually going to build a storage lot right beside that. I can't, okay. I just want to check to see where this, there is room for a house there, so I won't build a storage lot there. I guess we'll just have to have this guy travel a little bit further than he would like to. Okay, another house. Yeah, you can see that the people who moved in here, they're 33 and 20 respectively, so they're quite old as far as moving into a new house together. That means that we're behind on our houses. So again, we're going to want to go ahead and... Oh, both trade ships. Synchronized trading, warm coats, and hide coats. You guys are useless. Okay, so, yeah, that happens sometimes. Okay, let's go ahead and build ourselves a bit of a road down here as well, because why not? Got to make sure that we've also got enough room for a well down here. Yeah, we got enough room for a well, but looks like we can only put down the one here. A little bit unfortunate since we are going to want to get a little bit more well coverage, but we can put one here just in front of this bridge as well, so not too terrible. Should be enough coverage. Let's see here, we got 4 or 5 builders, so they should be on these building jobs, but it must be because the people who are assigned to building have gone off on long death marches to go get rocks, so that's fine. No, this one I think this guy's actually living like... I don't think that his wife is 20 years younger than him. Maybe it is actually. That's quite an extreme... That's a fairly extreme difference, but, you know, it happens. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, we're up to 44 out of 108 graves filled. Somewhere actually that would be good for a grave potentially would be here, but I kind of want that open for trading ports, so we're not probably going to build it there. Yeah, let's start plotting out our next graveyard, and let's put it... We can put it down here, I think. Yeah, I think we can put it down here pretty safely. So let's go ahead and allot this space for that. We're not going to actually build it yet. We're going to wait till this has gotten up to about... we'll wait till that's about 70 graves, and then we'll go ahead and build that. But yeah, we want to keep an eye out on that. Always want to be preparing everything a couple steps in advance. And I think we can split this herd, so oh yeah, I missed that completely. Okay, so this is how you split herds. First of all, let's take this field. We're going to allot it to cattle. We're going to assign it some workers. It already would have had them, but then you go to the split option. What's going to happen is you now have 8 out of 20 cows here, and we've now got 8 out of 20 cows over here. So this field over here is going to have them walk all the way out of this thing under the river and just through the streets completely unguided, because cows are boss like that, and they're just going to put themselves in this pen because they're very smart cows. They know that in the wilds they would probably get completely massacred by like deer or something, a deer would just run up and gore them in the side or something like that, and they'd be dead. So yeah, they've decided that going there is the safer option. If we look at our statistics, we've gone up to average happiness of 5, which is what I was saying we wanted to be doing. Very good. So yeah, we do want that happiness to stay up there, keep hovering up near 5 or higher. Or sorry, we want it to be at least 4.5. We want it to be 5 if possible. So that's doing well for us. Okay, we'll build this house and we'll build whatever else I have queued. What else did I have queued? I'm not paying attention to what it is I'm doing. Oh right, this woodcutter that's just not getting built. Fantastic. But yeah, we'll build that, and we'll build both of those things, and then we'll build this trading post, and that will give us a good extra odd of getting something else. At this point, I'm actually getting kind of like ticked off, so I'm probably actually just going to go ahead and buy more expensive sheep, because I can afford it. I mean, I can afford special order stuff now pretty easily. Look, we got so many coats in all these trading posts, so we can easily afford to just be like, we'll pay the extra markup. It's like an extra 15% though, or something like that. It's quite a lot, so we're gonna just be willing to bite that bullet. Okay, we're gonna up prioritize this. I think that, like, did people forget that this existed or something? I don't know, but it's kind of pissing me off a little bit, gotta admit. I always say use that up priority thing, and sometimes I'm just really stubborn on, like, I only have 3 builders, and I've only got 1 build job, and they just don't do it. It's just like, it's been there for so long. I also like the woodcutters, because they'll, like, chop down the tree, but then they'll leave the log pile there. Like, they'll just be like, hey, I did my job, and someone else will have to go do the rest. It's kind of hilarious, but yeah, that's the way the game works sometimes. Okay, once that last tree was cleared out, like, everyone's just like, oh yeah, we were supposed to, like, yeah, I guess people just don't like chopping trees in this game. Okay, so I'm a little bit curious as to why I've got so much produce just sitting outside the market when we got like a 60% full market, but there must have been a point in time where it was like completely full, so that's okay. Can't really blame them for that. Okay, got the trader coming in. What have you got for us today, Mr. Trader? Okay, this guy's got, again, nothing useful, so we're just gonna dismiss him, send him off. And the other trader usually comes in pretty soon after that one, so we'll see how that turns out. I'm gonna unpause this. Hopefully we'll get some laborers moving over to clear that out. Let's see. Let's get 2 more people on gathering, and let's get... I really want another storage barn somewhere, so let's go ahead and build one over here. Okay, and alongside that we'll go with a storage pile. Actually, we can fit houses in there, so we'll not do that actually. And we can even go ahead and build one right now. Yeah, we can fit 2 in there. Okay. Yeah, here's the other trading boat, zipping in. Chickens again. Okay, you know what? We're gonna special order. I'll show you how that works. You just go from here, you say custom order from Nell just once, and have sheep highlighted, and the next time they show up, they will show up with the sheep that they're going to give you for a much marked up price. So it'll take a couple years before they come back around here, but this speeds up the process because you're not going to have to worry about waiting for them. Now, what's going to happen is the next ship coming into this port is going to have sheep in it because Murphy's Law is in very much effect. And yeah, it's just the way things go. So, yeah, good times. Alright, so this storage barn should go up and we won't have quite so much stuff littered on the ground here. You can just see like hunks of meat lying on the ground here. And various, I think those are onions, blueberries, and various roots. Just all lying on the ground, going completely rotten. Okay, so we theoretically could do another cattle split. We could do 2 cattle splits actually, but we've got our 2 pastures and they're both full, so we'll let those sit for just a while now. We'll probably get another 2 pastures done up at some point in time. I just have to sort of figure out where I'm going to be putting those later on, and we don't have to worry about that now regardless. So we'll sit on that for a while. We'll wait till these start being productive at any rate, and then split one of them once that happens. And one of the nice things about having the 20 size ones is that if you build 2 pastures, you can split this one twice. It'll go down to 5, but you'll have a field with 10 and a field with 5, and 2 fields with 5, and that'll help you replenish your cattle stock quite quickly. Alright. Let's get 1 extra person on fuel since... Yeah, we're into summer, and our stockpile of fuel has not really recovered or replenished any, so that means that we are in that state where we did need a second woodcutter. Let's get this guy set up here. And I think that's as many as I can fit here, so what I can do is I can turn this into a stockpile, or I can do... You can do other things here, but that's probably what's going to end up happening, is that I end up with a stockpile there. I could also put another well there, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Go. Now we've got quite a long road over to here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it stone to here. We've got enough excess stone right now that we can do elaborate projects like making our highways just a little bit faster, so we're going to go ahead and increase this one to stone as well, bring it to there. And we're going to bring down stone from here to here. And people walk faster on stone roads as opposed to regular roads, so that's the benefit of doing that. It is very resource intensive, however, so do be very judicious and use only stone on very important highways. High traffic areas, rather, I guess. Okay, and that's pretty much going to be like our entire stone reserve, I think. No, we've still got enough for 3 more houses if we have to. But let's go ahead and put a trader in here. You only really ever need 1, I find. You can put a lot of people into trading, but I find you don't really need to. Okay, I was just going to put 40 in there for now. We'll slowly get our increase in tailors. In fact, now is a good time to build that second tailor, I think, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I think that we're in a good position for that increase. Okay. Let's go ahead and put him here. Alright, so what's this guy trading? Watch, it's gonna be sheep. Nope, corn seeds. Okay, we've already got corn seeds, so that's not gonna be useful for us. Which is, you know, fine, whatever. Okay. So eventually you're going to end up with like a lot of tailors in this particular sort of city configuration. And the reason for that, of course, being that that's going to be our main commodity of trade. Eventually we're going to upgrade to selling warm coats. They go for 20 each, so that makes them quite valuable on the market instead of these hide coats, which are worth 15. Selling small numbers of warm coats lets you buy like a huge amount of food. 100 warm coats would net you like 2,000 units of food, so that would be like a lot. It would be a lot of food. And you could basically build like 500 warm coats and put them in every trading port, so you could really actually feed your population quite effectively that way if you had enough trading ports and enough tailors to keep them supplied. Alright. So again, we're running out of stone. I would love another trade ship with stone to come in, but that doesn't seem to be happening. So we could look at exploration and, yeah, I think I'm going to build a bridge across here now since we are going to run out of stone quite soon. This will open up another area where we can get a little bit of rock. Sort of scraping at the bottom of the barrel in terms of that right now, but that is what happens eventually. Go down here as well. We also need iron, which is a little bit less awful getting that. I've left quite a lot of iron reserves around and about. Okay, there we go. Even this one's almost full, so you can see that we're doing quite well as far as prosperity goes. Okay, trade. Chestnut seeds, we don't need those. Nuts in this game, I don't know what they're for. They don't have any manufacturing purpose like the fruit seeds do. They seem to be lower yield than other things that you can produce, so they don't seem all that useful to me, but it's hard to say for sure. Okay, what have you got for us? Let's see here. Squash seeds, pear seeds, a whole bunch of stuff here. Got some iron. Let's trade for a little bit of iron. And we can reduce this by, like, we only need like 27 units or something like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this year, we can build one more house, so we'll build this one over here, and they'll probably end up being like hunters or something like that, or foresters. So this will actually shorten their walk to work quite a bit. Yeah, gather hunter, but, you know, they were used to be walking all the way from this town, so having some houses out here is going to help them out quite a bit. They're going to be a little bit more susceptible to fires, just because I can't get as many wells, but on the other hand, like, it's just 3 buildings that burn down instead of, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like a dozen buildings that burn down if the central area gets burned down, so it's much more important that I get fire control and wells down around here. So yeah, we're probably not going to see me wasting any stone building any fire fighting equipment down over here. Okay. How are we doing for inventory over here? Let's increase that to 80. I just want to make sure at the very least that this place has enough that I can sort of use this as a place to get sheep. I don't remember how much sheep cost. I think it's like 500, 400 each. It could be even 800. I don't really remember. But anyway, as you can see, our little trading town is starting to bustle quite a bit. Our cows are just about at that point of being productive. This one very much so. And this is going to be a huge source of leather for us. That means that I'm more than happy to hire a second tailor, who's going to start churning out quite a lot of our, we're going to be churning out quite a lot of hide coats, like, really quite quickly. Yeah, we got plenty of leather kicking around here, it looks like. Oh, yeah, no, geez, we really needed that second one. One of the other things is that for some reason leather takes up a huge amount of space in storage. I'm not really sure why that is, but it is the case, so actually no, we don't have enough of that. Anyway, that's our second look at this trading town. As you can see, it's 22 years in. We are still setting up a lot of infrastructure. Our people are still quite happy. They're pretty healthy, but we could be doing better as far as that goes. We could be doing a little bit more. So, and that's just a matter of time. So we're going to continue on improving this town and improving this village up until the point where we're happy with it. That's sort of the point of city builders, in my opinion. So anyway, I hope you found this enjoyable. And as always, I hope to see you all next time.